Welcome to another bite-sized marketing session with me, Miles from Miles Marketing. And as you can see today, how to set up a YouTube channel. Now, I got a bit of stick last week off Justin for not going live at 12:30 on the dot. So here we are today, absolutely live, and I can see, and I can see from my phone that we are live. As usual, any questions at all, please pop them in the chat and I'll do my very, very best to answer them. Now, what I'm not going to do today is go through it line by line, step by step, and sort of like talk you through it, because actually it's a very, very straightforward thing to do to set up a YouTube channel. What I really wanted to do was to give you some pointers, and then we'll have a look at my YouTube page and I'll sort of go through with you and show you some of the nuances and some of the things that you need to look out for. Yeah, hopefully that will make this session a little bit more, what's the word? Informative, if you like. You tap into YouTube or into Google how to set up your YouTube channel. There are hundreds of 14-year-olds that could explain how to do it really well. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you some nice little hints and tips as to what you should be looking out for. Okay, I want to start talking about YouTube specifically around sort of some of the big questions that are asked. So I know especially around SEO and around websites and video content, some people might say that they prefer Vimeo. Other hosting platforms are available. Now, there are some benefits to using a platform like Vimeo, because certainly with their professional subscription, you can host videos and stream them to your site without having any adverts appear. So I don't know if you've noticed this, but some websites you go on, you play a video, and at the end of the video, it will give you sort of suggested content on YouTube to try and keep you on the YouTube channel. Right, with Vimeo, you get the option to pay to not have that feature. It just plays a nice sort of slick video. So I would say, right, that if you've got a large business and you're looking to have a really slick website, then absolutely using Vimeo might be the right aesthetic for you. However, I'm going to say that for the average Joe, or Joe could be male or female or non-gender, I guess. But for the average Joe with their average small company, I would recommend using YouTube for a number of reasons. Firstly, it's very intuitive, right? And secondly, you get to earn extra brownie points on the SEO front by using YouTube to host them to your website specifically. Okay, so that is, I don't want to sort of address that up front, as it were. So the easiest way to set up a YouTube channel is with a Google account in existence. Now, the majority of us have got a Gmail account. If you don't, you will need to set one up in the process. You can have multiple Gmail accounts. It's not an issue. But what I wanted to touch on here is whether or not you're setting up a YouTube channel for personal use or whether it's for a business use. And I'm going to say that setting it up for a business use, even if you don't use it as a business, right, is a better way to go for a number of reasons. And the first reason is you get to choose what your channel is called. Whereas if you sign up with a personal Gmail, right, Miles has got big man boobies at gmail.com, right? That will be the title of your channel. And that might be true, right? But you might want to pick a different name. Okay, so by choosing to set up a business account, you get to pick a different name than that of your Gmail account. Does that make sense? So that's one to sort of watch out for. The second reason why I would use a business account is if you're going to give access to a third party, maybe a web developer, because the web developer needs access to be putting your YouTube videos on your website, as an example, or maybe a social media manager who wants, again, to have access to your YouTube channel. You won't need to give away all of your Gmail password accounts in order for them to access. So you can grant access when you have a business account to a third party. So there's two great reasons why I would set up a business account rather than setting up personally attached to your Google account. One of the processes that it'll ask you to sort of go through, and look, it is really intuitive, hence why I'm not doing it here and now, is it'll ask you if you want to link your Google business page to the YouTube account. And I would say do it. If you haven't set up a Google business, or Google My Business as it used to be called, then I highly recommend that you do it. It is definitely something which is helping with SEO and your visibility with certainly your ranking with Google. So make sure that you get that done. Now, you are going to go onto your sort of YouTube profile that you've signed in with your Google account, right? And then it's going to ask you for a name for your YouTube channel. Try and sort of have a little think about this in advance, but the majority of popular names are going to be already taken. So be... just be aware that you might have to compromise, or you might have to give it a very sort of long name. I personally had to have Miles Marketing Limited because Miles Marketing was taken already. Okay, so just have a little think about that. Now, I'm going to point something out. I'm going to try to do something I haven't done for a while. Certainly, when I last tried this, it became very unsuccessful, me trying to share my screen. But I'm going to try and do it now. So, this is my YouTube page, and I wanted to sort of talk you around a few little things. Now, just because I'm working on a single screen, it's going to be a bit sort of difficult, so I can't see both things at once. But as you'll see here, here's your header. Looking at this today, I realized that there's no space between Tuesday and at. So there's something that I need to do, and maybe I need to update that anyway. But here's your header, and you can change your banner, as it's called, by clicking here. And when you do that, it's going to open a new page, and it takes you to your studio. See here, top left, studio. Now I'm just going to X out of this and go back to my profile for the time being. So here's Miles Marketing, and as you can see, it says at Miles Marketing Limited. All right, that's what I had to do. Look at that. I've got a whole 9 subscribers, folks. Woo! I'm going to say that that if anyone watching wants to become my 10th subscriber, I'll send them a Miles Marketing mug in the post. How about that, right? But what you can see here is I've actually got 119 videos. Now, I record these every single week, and they get automatically uploaded to my YouTube channel. Now, look, I've got 9 subscribers. I haven't pushed my channel. This is not one of my marketing channels, as it were. I don't focus on it. However, it just sits there and it hosts my videos and my lives, and that in turn feeds back into my website. Okay, so that's the reason why it's here. You can see here, welcome to Miles Marketing Limited, the ultimate destination for marketing expertise. Wow, hey, are we on the right place? You click on the little arrow here, and it pulls up an about. Now, what I'm going to say to you now is this. Think about YouTube as a search engine. I forget now. I think actually it's the second biggest search engine behind Google. Someone will point this out in the chat if I'm not 100% right, okay? But I'm pretty sure it is. And what you may have noticed recently is that when you go onto Google and you tap in a question, you get the usual sort of format that comes up. Very often, underneath the first main tranche, you will see some suggested YouTube videos. Now, let me tell you, they're not suggested Vimeo videos, all right, going back to my first point. So another reason why I think YouTube is the better platform for you at the moment, right? Now, here's an important thing that I want you to consider when you've set up your channel. Like I said, setting a channel up is really quite easy. I'm going to go through some of the bits and bobs in a second, but go to the top right to your icon, all right, and then go to YouTube Studio. All right. Now, the YouTube Studio is where you can create and host your content. And when you're in your studio, and this is different to looking at YouTube, right? When you're in your studio, go down the left-hand side to settings. All right. And this is really important. You can change your permissions and all that sort of jazz. But click on channel. Here you can add some keywords, right? There's some advanced settings. I've said here that no, this channel is not made for kids. All right. And I never upload content for kids. This is, you know, to not have it shown to kids, right? It's not meant for that. And there's loads of different things you can do, and you can link accounts, etc. But what I want you to do is I want you to click on feature eligibility, right? And under here, you'll have your standard features. All right. Now, your standard features are video uploads, playlist creation, collaborators, and adding new videos to existing playlist. All right. That is the very, very basic. Now, what I'm going to say here is I want you to do number 2. This is automatically defaulted as not enabled. All right. I've obviously enabled mine in the past. And what this will allow you to do is to upload videos longer than 15 minutes. You're capped 15 minutes if you don't enable this. It allows you to customize your thumbnails, and it allows you to do live streaming like we're doing now. All right. So in my opinion, this is something that you need to do. The requirements for doing it is that you have the standard features set up already. All right. The channel is free and active as long as you don't have any community guideline strikes. So that's a given. Then all I had to do here was to verify my phone number. Okay, it'll ask you for a phone number, and then there's the verification involved there. I would urge you to do that straight away so that you get videos that are longer than 15 minutes. And the important one is that you can customize your thumbnails. Now, your thumbnails are the little previews, if you like, that you get to see when you go on to how am I going back? When you go on to YouTube itself, right? So if I go to home rather than my channel, this is a thumbnail. See this? This is a thumbnail. Look, it's actually in progress, right? How to set up a YouTube channel. And you can see, look, that I am live. I am streaming, right? You know, you see the thumbnail there? Will my house fall? Expose foundations. See, he's sort of taking the time to set. Oh, dear. There's me pressing things. You know, here's one here. It's not sort of, it could be clickbait, right? But it's really important because people are browsing through YouTube, and this guy's going from 0 subs to 1 million subs, right? Look, here we go. Fast thumbnails. Make amazing YouTube thumbnails in 5 minutes. All right, you know, cameras, Gaza stance, all right, blah, 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 blah. And look, here's Billy and Bam Bam, right? That's exactly what you want to see, right? So I'm going to say that thinking about the thumbnail and actually customizing your thumbnail is really, really important, okay? Now, let me go back to viewing my channel, all right, the Miles Marketing channel. What I want you to think about is that search engine point. So this allows you to put 1,000 characters in your description, your about. And quite frankly, like, I haven't updated this for a little while, and it's on my list of things to do today is to update this. But make this as much about you, and make sure that you're cramming in your keywords. And it's one of the things that I'm going to update because I've updated my keywords recently. Make sure that that you're very searchable. Don't just sort of put in a couple of lines. Make sure you fill that as much as you can with your 1,000 characters. Your link, make sure you get your website in there, and there's just some sort of channel details underneath. Now, how do you do this, Miles? Well, when you arrive here, all of this will be blank for you to sort of fill in, but customize with an S, not with the Z, not an S. When you customize your channel, you get brought onto this page. Now, this allows you to do a couple of things. Now, if I pop back to my current page, right, it's showing you that I am live. But when you go on to my page, my main page, it will actually show you a welcome video. And my welcome video is this one here that says about me. So it's called the video spotlight. And when people land on your page, it plays them a video. Now, it would be annoying if you subscribe to my channel, that every time you arrived, you got the same video that played about me. So there's a featured video for returning subscribers. I've not added this. I've got 9 subscribers, hopefully 10 if someone jumps on this to win a mug today. But I could add either my latest video or my latest live stream to play to them. So look, there's also a featured section where you can lay things out in a different sort of format. So you can see here, customizing your channel. The first of them is layout. The second one is branding. All right. So again, I'm going to update this photo, the spaceman photo, but you can put in your brand logo if you wanted to. Mine's like linear, right? Miles Marketing, so it didn't sort of fit in the round very well, hence why I haven't done it. The banner image, again, you want to think about what it looks like on desktop, on laptop, and on mobile. And you can see here it's giving you the size, the pixel range. It needs to be 6 meg or less, and a couple of 1,000 by 1,000 odd pixels. And you can also upload a watermark if you want to, so that stop people from stealing your stuff. And basic info. This is where you get to do the description. So use the channel name. Here's the handle. Like I said, I had to do Miles Marketing Limited. And here's the description. And you can see I've done 911 of 1,000 characters. This is the channel link. This is where you add your website. And this is where you add your contact info. So look, I think this is a really important place to start. Make sure that you fill this out in its fullness, right? So that you've got as much chance as possible as to being found. But I'm going to say that it's more important for you to tag up and make descriptive your uploads, right? So if I go back to my channel and I go to create and upload a video. Now there's me sort of thinking about what I was going to do, right? Okay, I'm just going to plop in a video so it allows me to move on to the next stage, because this is what I wanted to show you. It's processing a video. Look, this is the 3 ways to use AI. So what I'm going to say to you here is that you've got 100 characters to utilize. I wouldn't necessarily use all 100 characters, but make it descriptive, make it accurate to what it's about, and make it grab people's attention. And maybe I don't do this enough myself, but I highly recommend that you do. The description. Tell your viewers about your video. You can mention people within this, but look, 5,000 characters. And what I would suggest you do with this is that you fill the top bit in that is relevant to, as this one is, 3 ways to use AI in your marketing, right? But then I would produce a standard sort of set of blurb which talks about your business, about your channel, about you, and about the sort of things that you do, with some links that will take you off to look at different stuff, right? Because this description, making sure that your keywords are in there, is the key to Google or any other search engine finding your particular video. So make sure that the description is accurate about what the video is all about, but make sure that you pack this section and try and fill as much of the 5,000 characters as you possibly can. When you upload things, you get to add a thumbnail, and you can either add a frame, a still from the video itself. It will show you some suggested ones once it's finished uploading, okay? But this is the important thing: uploading your own thumbnail. Now, if you haven't got a graphic designer, maybe you wanted to create something yourself within Canva. All right, there will be a template for YouTube thumbnails, so I suggest that you do that. You can add it to a particular playlist, and like I say, you can say whether it is or isn't suitable for kids. Now, I don't need to talk about the rest of it, to be fair, as it's pretty sort of straightforward. But yeah, this is your channel. This is how you. Well, let me actually. What I'll do is I'll go into the studio, or I'm in the studio. Content. Right. So once you've uploaded your videos, you've got all of your videos, your lives. If I go on to live, look, it says that there's one live now. Oh, look, we got 0 viewers. Oh, that's 0 viewers watching on YouTube. There are a couple of people watching live on LinkedIn, so that's lovely. You've got your posts, your playlists, your podcasts, your promotions. Oh, look, that's in beta apparently. But look, when you've got your videos here, you can see what I try and do is I try and use a consistent thumbnail all the way through. This will allow you to go in and to change any of the descriptions that you want, maybe the titles. And if you click on the 3 dots, it allows you to get a shareable link, and you can then take that and promote it. It copies it to your clipboard. What else can I tell you about YouTube? One of the main things is copyright. Okay, and copyright theft, and it, it's amazing, really, that in this modern world, just take that off. In this modern world, they can't stop graphic images from appearing in your Instagram feed, or self-harm posts and all this sort of stuff. But let me tell you something now. The moment that you produce something on YouTube and you try and publish it where you've got maybe some music in the background. Now, this has happened to me on like gym videos in the past, right? So I've uploaded a gym video, and in the gym has been, Florence and the Machine has been playing, and YouTube have stopped my video from either being monetized or being viewed at all, because it has copyright content there. So they're very quick to protect people's copyright, but not very quick when it comes to protecting the vulnerable and our children out there. So this is one thing that really does sort of grind my gears, if you like, because it's definitely possible for the social media channels to do it. So please just think about copyright if you want your videos to be viewed, right? Now, I'm going to give you one last little tip before I go about YouTube and establishing a channel. Now, it's still there. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Fat Over 40. So if you fancy, don't know why you'd fancy looking at a fat bloke losing weight, but when I a number of years ago, when I lost a lot of body weight, I produced a YouTube channel to keep me on track. It was called Fat Over 40. It would have to be called Fattish Plump Over 50 now, I guess. But look, the point being is that I've been through this sort of process, and establishing a channel is really quite hard unless you are, an influencer type, or you're flashing your bits and bobs everywhere. It's very hard to gain traction, certainly as a fat middle-aged man, to attract people in to follow your videos. So what I'm going to say to you is this: you have to work hard at building a community. I think at the height, I was like 800-900 subscribers to my channel with quite a decent amount of engagement each week. But what I'm going to say to you is this: like, my channel's got 9 subscribers, right? I might put some effort into beefing that up, but don't be downhearted about it. If you're going to start a channel, you need to put yourself out there into the community. This is hard with business, I guess, but if you've got a lifestyle business, or if you've got a YouTube channel for your passion, let's say it's fitness, right? Then make sure you get yourself out there and follow lots of other fitness YouTubers. They will follow you back. Make sure that you comment on their videos. Their viewers will find you and they will start to subscribe. One of the hardest things to do is to get to your first 100 subscribers. I think now, I mean, we can talk about like YouTube and whatnot, but you need 10,000 subscribers these days before you're able to like monetize your channel properly, etc., etc. But believe me, it's hard work. But get out there, record your content. Make sure you post regularly. Make sure you interact on your posts. Build that community. And just be consistent. Make sure that you keep thinking about the fact that it's that search engine. So do your homework first. Write those big, long sort of script, if you like, the description scripts that you're able then to just pop in something that's relevant to the video you're doing, and then slap a big load of text in, which is more about your channel in general, to hopefully get you found. Right. Well, I must have explained that well. I suppose I used a little bit of clickbait to say how to set up your YouTube channel. The quick answer is look on YouTube or just do it. It's really quite straightforward, right? But there were some little sort of tips in there that hopefully you're going to find useful. So there we go. I'm going to go for my lunch. Yeah, I know. Full disclosure. If you need to get in touch with me, please do. My WhatsApp number is there. Just send us an inappropriate GIF, and I'm sure we can start our conversation. Right, but until next week, where I'm going to update you on my LinkedIn experiment. All very exciting. But until then, ta-ta for now.